Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Aquarius for July 2022. Hello there, Aquarius. We are in the zodiac sign of Cancer. The element is water. The theme is emotion. Lots of emotions this month. And you are in your 6th house, which is the house of health and just getting life right. Detail, attention to detail, etc. in life, how we live. So we have the energy around is the 10 of Swords. So the end of a difficult period is here. Difficult in terms of swords. So swords is air, which is indeed your suit. You may have struggled a bit in the last 4 weeks. We were in Gemini, and it can often be a bit of a windy sort of affair when we're in air signs, as you well know. But yes, this 10 of Swords indicates that whatever was going on in terms of communication, problems and stuff of the mind with the family maybe, or with a group, has finally come to, or it's coming to its end. So where you are right now, and we have the Devil. So you might be feeling a bit stuck, Aquarius, in terms of, stuck. The Devil talks about just needing to sort of release the material chains that we have on us. It can be addictions, it can be smoking, drinking too much, eating too much, having too much sex, or anything that we kind of, it just boils over into and not a very healthy, moderate way, is the Devil. So it's the need to sort of free yourself up from something that's kind of restricting you, or something that you're doing too much of. He can be very good for business, however, Aquarius, on the positive side of him. But just know that you've just got to kind of jump off a bit too, and plus, because we're in your 6th house, which is of health, you may find if you have been overindulging a little bit this next 4 weeks, it will sort of become significant in terms of health, where it catches up with you and you've got to sort of reassess and go, oh, I need to cut back a bit, actually, in all manners. But yeah, in terms of money, business and things, this is a good card. It's is the card for the Capricorn energy, so very much about getting to where you want to go, status, just keeping on, being very determined in a way as well. So whatever that means to you individually, you'll understand that for yourself. Let's see what's influencing this Devil, and in turn the whole spread. The Star. So moving on forward, like it's literally beckoning you to move on forward from this. You can, cut back on whatever it is that, if you have been sort of overindulging, cut back and get back on the track, get back on track, and just keep moving forward with faith and hope. So there's 2 big cards together, but the key meaning of the Star is the faith and the hope that you can move on, and the best way to sort of extricate yourself from anything that's sort of becoming a bit of an addiction is by just, cutting back and moving forward. Okay, the background. So what was happening in May, June, in the time of Gemini? Working well with others, things going quite well, good foundations there. Very much a teaching or learning sort of card. It's a card for spiritual learning as well. So who was the teacher, who was the student? If you can look at that in that way. Even though it's a minor card, it really has quite maximum impact really for spiritual learning. So if this has been going on and it's been on your mind, this sits well with the Devil and with the moving forward. So sort of jumping off the merry-go-round and just moving forward rather than just being stuck. And spiritual learning is sitting at the top here, and it still has a lot of merit right now. Recent influences, Five of Swords. So yeah, there may be a few people around, or there's just a bit of gossip going on, or people just disagreeing. And you might be thinking, as you are very much group people, Aquarius, oh, I don't like this, I need to keep away. Just sidestep these sort of people that are gossiping or maybe talking about you. You may feel this energy around you with the Five of Swords. It's best just to keep a wide berth from the Five of Swords, because it's literally other people's opinions of what's going on, and as usual, really, it's just their opinion, so it really has no bearing on how you're managing or what you're doing. So you just get on with what you want to do this month. If there's anything that's bothering you, you know that you can just quickly or slowly, whichever way you choose to do things, you can extricate yourself from that. But just be aware of and give a wide berth to gossips or just people trying to tell you how to do things, because you can do it by yourself, really. The lesson you'll be learning this 4 weeks is strength, and it's about self-awareness, and it's also, it can talk about anger as well, that often most of us have a good control over our anger, but then sometimes it just kind of can be triggered out of nowhere, and this is the Strength card. So it's about being self-aware of triggers and learning to sort of look at what triggers the anger, and in turn your self-awareness will improve, because you just think, well, you know, that actually, or those people trigger me, so it's best I keep away, or it's best I just learn to sort of walk away. But it's about managing anger, the Strength card, and just having that strength to learn how to sort of deal with it rather than just exploding. Yeah, it's a difficult one, the Strength card, but you know, we all have to learn to sort of sometimes rein it in, and most people can, but then other times this often just comes out of nowhere, doesn't it? So that's the lesson for you this month. It's the card of Leo, so Leo, it's very much a Leo energy, so that's your polar opposite sign. So that would be interesting, or could be interesting for you, just to try and sort of have a look at that, and just if it arises, or that arises, especially where you might find yourself at the moment, because you're just trying to rejig your life in the 6th house, trying to get back on track a bit, or deal with any sort of illnesses, or just things that you think, oh look, I'm not really happy with the way things are going in my life. Near future, so the first week of July. Yeah, and feeling a bit held back, so, you know, little spot fires to fight. Don't worry so much, just go around them. Circumnavigate any kind of problems, or just if you feel held back at work or something like that, just kind of just rest on your laurels a bit and just go at it at a later time. It seems like it's going to be a pretty busy month in terms of just taking stock of your life and where you're at and what you expect from yourself. So don't feel ambushed by the Five of Wands, whereby you feel like, oh my God, this is another setback. Why can't I get to where I want to go? It's just how it's going to be this month, but you'll be fine. It's only a minor card. It's not a major card. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. The Knight of Wands, so very much a card of things going quite quickly this month for you. Maybe travel coming up, or maybe you've got some travel on the horizon there that you look forward to, something to look forward to. And also the Knight of Wands can also talk about, you know, if you are in a bit of a funk at the time, you know that it's not going to last forever, and then suddenly out of the blue, probably, you know, after this next 4 weeks, things will move forward again, and you'll feel a lot more in control of what's going on, because this is the house of getting your house in order, so to speak. Okay, so I hope but that's a fast-moving energy, and don't worry so much, because as we know, things change very quickly these days. You can feel like things are never going to end, and then suddenly everything moves forward again and you feel on top of the world again. How others see you. Travel once again, far horizons, always looking out, or ever the optimist there, Aquarius, which suits you very well, ever the optimist, always, you know, good foundations, doing really well, always looking out for the next best thing to do, or, you know, far-seeing. Just a really nice card. It might be something to do with somebody far off, in far off places. Definitely with these 2 Wands cards, there may be travel coming up on the horizon pretty soon, which would be good. It's always good to sort of, especially if you're having a bit of a hard time, to book something or put something in for the future, so you've got things to look forward to. But overall, seen very well by others with the 3 of Wands. Positive feelings. And we have the 8 of Coins, so the card of the Master's Apprentice. So doing really well, knowing Aquarius, very busy people, very much inventors, very far-seeing, very much about the group, very much always on the ball as far as what's going on with work and maybe hobbies and things like that. Master's Apprentice card, as I said, you might have something that you do, a hobby that could later become something of a money spinner as well that you're working on. But in general, it's a really nice card for just having things going on well, the 8 of Coins. And it's all about your personal power and how your day-to-day life goes and your money and things like that. So it's a very nice positive card. The outcome, we have the Queen of Coins. So feeling settled by the time the 4 weeks is over. Very grounded after this somewhat interesting month. But coming back to where you belong, just feeling grounded and things a lot more consolidated than what they have been. The Queen of Coins is very sort of, she is the hearth and home. She's settled. People like to come to her because she's just got this nice vibe around her home and welcoming and all the rest of it. So by the end of the month, it looks like it'll even out and you'll feel a whole lot better about whatever's been going on. The message for Aquarius. Loving kindness. When we feel love and kindness towards others, it not only makes others feel loved and cared for, but it also helps us to develop inner happiness and peace. So there you go, Aquarius, just loving kindness, just get through the month. It'll be interesting though, and I'm sure of all people you can absolutely manifest whatever it is you want to do. And just, yeah, this is the house of just doing your life and getting it back to how you want it to be. Thank you so much for listening.